I'm Tim, welcome to our channel, and welcome to the return of What's It Weigh? I was shocked by the initial response to this feature when I first broached the concept of weighing watches, and I've noted in the comment threads for other videos, direct emails, and comments during our live broadcasts, people miss the What's It Weigh feature. I also noticed that in the meantime, Hodinkee started weighing watches. I can't imagine where they got that idea, but I can't think of a better way to lead off than with a clash of titans, Rolex versus Omega, starting with two late 1990s icons. You've got the Rolex 16610 5-digit A series and the famed SMP 300, the James Bond reference 2531.80. Now these were bitter rivals in an era when the idea of Bond wearing an Omega was still something of a novelty, even a heresy, but this watch convinced with its charisma and its substance. Let's remind ourselves why that is. I say follow the leader, and Rolex, as the leader in the luxury watch sector, gets to go first. The tail of the scale. And you can easily see that the 16610, weighing it at 124 grams, reminds us why that original Seamaster 300 meter is considered the watch that generally convinced Rolex to rethink its clasp and bracelet build quality. Because the tail of the scale tells us that this is a far more substantial watch. Now that is all down to bracelet and clasp design. Again, this is the watch that led to Rolex eventually embracing the solid end links, the solid center links, and the all milled out clasp on its super case Submariners in the mid to late 2000s. Now, so far Omega's ahead. Let's go off the beaten path for a moment and consider an alternative comparison, not apples to apples like the last, but perhaps one that's just for fun. Let's go Quartz. Rolex Oyster Quartz, late 1970s. You can see the Gerald Genta lineage with the integrated lugs, case, bracelet. The watch is handsome and two-tone, and it's one of the few quartz watches that I can absolutely say is built to last a lifetime and then some, and its 30-plus years on Earth attest to that. We check the tail of the scale and we find, very much like the 5-digit Submariner, that Oyster Quartz, Datejust in this case, is substantial and handsome, but let me see if I can find an Omega to answer the call. Who's going to answer the bell against a Rolex Quartz? Well, I'm rich in SMPs tonight, and so the Seamaster 300 Quartz, the original 1995 GoldenEye watch, remember, was the Seamaster Professional 300 Quartz. The chronometer wasn't available in 95 for the filming. So this watch, a true Bond, vanquishes its opponent, easily outweighing the Datejust Oyster Quartz. But consider, that's not apples to apples, that one's just for fun. Also note that the difference in mass between that watch and mine is down to the size that, well, essentially, I require for my wrist, which is small. This watch is sized with links removed. The Quartz has its entire bracelet intact. Now moving on, Omega's going for a knockout blow, and this is a title bout. The heavyweights enter the equation. One of only 50 made, the 1998 50th anniversary skeletonized Seamaster Professional 300 entirely in white gold. Now you can see that's throwing down the gauntlet. I can't imagine what Rolex is going to toss back in response, but it better be something spectacular. And in the 116619 LB, Rolex throws a haymaker. Released at Baselworld 2008, the first ever white gold Submariner, the first ever super case Submariner, the first ever ceramic bezel Submariner. A flag that flies forever. Firsts are eternal. It looks like this round goes to Rolex, and with that, the entire fight. Winner by a knockout. Wait, hang on. Uh-oh. Omega throws a sucker punch. It's the Seamaster 1200, the Ploprof, the 2009 re-edition. And Omega comes off the mat to take the fight. 271 grams. Omega, shall we say, exceeded expectations, and if you've got the wrist to pull it off, I've got your champion right here. You can see all of these watches and purchase them on our website.